Thanks. I'm Jacki Morie, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about intelligent bots, or virtual humans as they prefer to be called, that we're doing at the Institute for Creative Technologies, where I work. Now, how I got involved with this was last summer I was working in Second Life, and we had built this wonderful Iraqi village. The Iraqi village was beautiful, calm. It was not a war village, but it was very empty and lonely and boring. It didn't have any life. So we decided to make some autonomous bots that would populate it as villagers. So we had a number of shopkeepers, mothers shopping with their children. We had this old man who would wander around the village and say, "Oh, I love my village," and then he'd go and get a cup of tea, and then he'd go to the mosque and pray. So this made the village come alive. Now, ICT had a lot of experience in virtual humans before we got involved in Second Life. Mostly they were life-size, standalone, single-purpose virtual humans, and this is one of our first, Sergeant Blackwell. You could talk to him in your real voice and he could answer your questions. We had a number of these virtual humans that we built for various purposes. So this one is a trainee questioning someone in a marketplace where some dastardly deed has happened. Now, answering these questions is something that the Army's very interested in, and of course they do our primary funding for the Institute for Creative Technologies. They also have a virtual human who serves as a spokesperson for the Army, and this guy, Sergeant Starr, travels around in the Army van and answers people's questions about the Army. We've also done things in virtual worlds for them, like the Sudanese diplomat in active worlds that can answer questions about his country. Now, beyond this, they have a public space in Second Life called Army World, and they wanted us to do a crusty old jump master to tell you how to jump out of a plane. Well, we can only do text in Second Life and in these virtual worlds, and it's really hard to be crusty with text. So we gave this guy a voice where he actually yelled at you, and we did some really serious expressions, so he looks really angry. We also have a virtual guide that can walk you around this island and tell you what's there, find out your interests, show you what you can do there, and he will even remember you if you come back. We're also building a virtual environment that is for veterans who are returning home. And they have a lot of health activities in this particular center. One is a labyrinth that you can walk. You can call this guide who will tell you how to walk the labyrinth. We also have a series of stories called the Warrior's Journeys. The Warrior's Journeys are warriors throughout the ages. This is a Cheyenne dog warrior who is known for staking himself to the ground to protect his village. After you hear him tell you the story with voice, you can then text him any questions about the story so that you can personalize it for yourself, or a vet who's hearing it could personalize it for himself. Now, we have a lot of things that these virtual humans do. You can negotiate with them, either one-on-one or two-on-one, and learn a lot about negotiation that way. We have them as virtual patients, like these two teenagers here, and those help therapists learn how to deal with patients. We have a whole portfolio of virtual humans at ICT. I work in one small area. And our next project is going to be for the National Science Foundation, and it's creating guides for a major museum who are going to tell you how to find things out in their computer center. This is the beginning of that guide, and we actually might even have twins that can talk to each other as well as answer questions to the visitors. So you see here the start of the getting this virtual human into the computer. We do a lot of different things to get the data from the virtual human into the computer, and Paul Debevic in the graphics lab has developed a lot of technology that makes this easy and very high resolution. And in fact, his latest project with Image Metrics was creating the most realistic real virtual human that's come along yet, and this is Virtual Emily. Now, Virtual Emily was scanned. She has an incredible amount of detail. You can see here the sort of detail that she has just in the geometry of her face. That's the same amount of detail that comes from the specular highlights, the reflection, and even the subsurface scattering, which is when light goes through your skin and bounces back out to give you that glow of life like you see in the picture of her face here. As well, we get all of the expressions so that when you talk to the virtual humans, they can give you a full range of emotions. So that's some of the work we're doing in virtual human technology, and it's a lot of people at ICT, but they're working hard to bring virtual humans to a place near you soon so you can talk to them and they can talk to you.